So how do you see the future of VR gaming in 10 years? Is it going to be a Ready Player One? And will we suit up for every VR playground? Or are we going to lose all the gears and headsets for a smoother VR gaming experience?
I think we would get there. Now, what's actually very interesting is it's not just VR that is accelerating, but also AI. Like I was watching a few minutes of the Sam Altman, the ChatGPT founders testimony in front of Congress, in front of the Senate,
Mm.
right? And he just pretty much said that like the development in technology and policies and legislation cannot catch up. Legislation cannot catch up to
Yeah.
technology. And I do think, and even now, especially with my team over here at Arlois, we're looking into how we can leverage AI to minimize costs. It's not really to completely eliminate or cut costs, but to minimize them. And for
Yeah.
some reason, like you don't have to have a Mid-Journey account, or there's other ones where it will help you with the translation, localization, voiceover, right? There are ways to kind of minimize the cost. So if you minimize costs in certain areas, or even your LQA, or your graphics, your animation, then you can invest areas in elsewhere, and that's where you can kind of build a more Ready Player One virtual environment because
Mm-hmm.
you can do more, right? You won't need a 100-man team to build a AAA game. You might need half that at
Mm-hmm.
best,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there are opportunities to build a richer experience
Yeah.
with other types of like technologies that are appearing in the marketplace.
Okay. So, and will it happen fast, or will it like, we're talking about 10 years, but do you think it might be quicker, or it's going to take a bit longer?
I think that also depends on the hardware devices,
Mm.
right? So there's these technologies that can minimize cost, but then can the hardware also be more light, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's the main question. And I know for a fact that I believe that the rumor is that Apple device is going to be a lot lighter,
Mm.
but at the same time, it's going to be more enterprise. It's going to be more MR and also AR.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. We don't know. But if VR expands to other industries, and there's
Mm-hmm.
many. I mean, here alone, I'm talking to other non-gaming centric businesses that want to get into VR, from hospitals to towns that want to build their own metaverse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other applications that VR can be accompanied with,
Mm-hmm.
and if there's a lot of big need and there's going to be bigger installs, obviously, like these first parties going to invest more money in making their hardware a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had a world premiere of Cupra in Berlin like a couple weeks ago, and they were also announcing about, like their new car, blah blah blah. But next to that, they were also showing like, yeah, we also have like a VR room. You could have your own character, like in a sort of game, but based on Cupra, and you could walk around like a sort of metaverse kind of thing. So it's very funny to see that over there, because at first it was about cars, and out of nowhere was only VR. And I think they even done a thing driving a car for real, having a VR headset on, and then driving, and then
Wow.
that was super cool. I mean, the environment on the headset was like really like a really sick track or whatever, but in like real life you were just driving on a very ugly part somewhere in Germany. So it's funny to
Did you get to
see.
try it out?
I did not. No, I had to do other work, so I was super busy. But there was a really big line to get to the VR stuff. That was definitely a thing. So it's really cool to see all kinds of companies working with that, like more and more. And I think there was like this old media who is like, oh, I'm not really interested because, they're older, they don't really get it. We could see the new people that were very excited to see and learn more. So, yeah, I like it.